Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I am just preparing some cards for today's little reading. The energy that is pushing through a yucky yucks is how that would translate, how heavy, how thick it is. So when I was linking in with my spirit guides and asking about this, how are we to interpret this energy that we are moving into, and they showed me that break time is over. So good news for those who didn't even realise we were on a rest bit. And then it was the start of the mountain, the bottom of the mountain. Don't even know why I'm laughing, because they're letting me know that it is going to be hard work. Firm foundation is the card that they were showing me. So at the bottom of the mountain, but they are showing like a group. So a group climbing up the mountain, like a, yeah, it's not even like Everest or a whole group, but like an expedition. Yeah, so a core group may mean something. So we've got Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, King or Queen of Pentacles, firm foundation, stability, or working towards. So the king or queen would be at the top of the peak of the mountain, where the page and the knight would be at the bottom, and the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight in the deck, slowly moving and paving their way up the mountain. They're showing me, every time I'm seeing the bottom of the mountain, I'm seeing 10 to 12 and 18. So 10, 12 and 18 may be significant. They're showing it as a group of people, but obviously the numbers, so that could be birthday, it could be anything you want. But for me, they're showing it as a group of people in a positive sense. So yeah, it feels good as well from what they're showing, that a lot of the collective, we're all on the same page. So placing our flag at the bottom of the mountain, we've made it this far. And it may even seem like, oh, made it this far, I've only been just going through life every day. But for those that have been watching the videos over the time, no, it is a celebration with that with the flag in the start position. Because what about big brain teachings, the Christmas that wasn't supposed to be? You know, it's things like that. It's like when you're looking at Christmas 2023, the whole build up, all of 2023, was leading people to believe that Christmas, that no one would be here. No one would be here after the November last year. No one would be here over the Christmas. Literally families not putting up Christmas trees on the back of big brain teachings. So yeah, when we look that, then we did come into celebrating Christmas. Even LL, she put up 2 Christmas trees. So that spoke volumes back in those days. Then we've got the new year, a new year that wasn't meant to be, and it absolutely was. And then here we are making our way through 2024, just like we knew we would do. So this last push through the rest of the year, it's going to be a mixture of, this is real heavy energy that's pushing through. So to be at this stage, still ploughing on, or even, like the comments saying, just observing from the sidelines, it's still good, because you're going to get wrapped up, caught up, swept along in the energy. But those that are creating change, going through major transformations for whatever that may look like for individual individual bases. And I got confused, I was seeing the base of the mountain, individual bases, with our flag. So yeah, it's just those that are on that forefront of pushing through change. This energy is the best energy to be working with, but the message that's going to come through today hopefully is going to show you how to harness that. And they're showing like it, putting it on your back like a kit bag or your equipment. So we're going to the top of the mountain, and they're even saying, even with that, visualizing the group all moving forward as a group, all on the same page as you move to the top of the mountain, the altitude. So yeah, I'm excited for what they're going to start showing. Already with what they're showing me, it feels that we're also on the brink of the messages starting to change. So yeah, amazing. All right, so in the sense of more them showing us visually less cards, which suits me fine. Let me know if it suits you also. Okay, so we've got Four of Wands is balance, bringing things into balance, 11-11, or the harmonizing, or two groups coming together, blend of all different types, all at the summit of the mountain. We've got here the Queen of Cups, King of Cups. So we've been through that point of harmonizing, balancing our emotions. This heavy energy will take your emotions to the extreme. So the one thing that you've got to remember about as we push forward, let's just say this month, for example, but it is the rest of the year, this energy that's pushing through, at the minute you're just going against the current, but you will align with it, and then you will get pushed along in the positive sense. But it's almost like they're showing, oh, we've got that diagonal again. So they were showing me the current going along, but you're swimming diagonally, and that's the side of the mountain that's going up. So it's like the wind is pushing one way and you're fighting against it for a moment. So what they're wanting you to know is this energy that's pushing through is really heavy, it's really thick. It can get masked with feeling low, but before you came into this energy, you would have already been purging emotions, and so coming out of isolation, coming out of dark night of the souls, all different bits, already making changes, separating from family, friends, loved ones, or various things. It's been that emotional purging. The stage that you're at now is just when you thought that you couldn't go any deeper, then you are just going that little bit deeper. But this now, when it's touching on the emotions, is more targeted, more specific. So this is, everyone will be going through this. It's just you're moving through this energy with awareness of what's coming up, or you're oblivious to it and you're just having outbursts. So what you're going to be looking for are so definitely things that you thought you'd cleared from the past, however long ago, will come back up and just resurface. It's not that you didn't heal from it or you didn't address it. It's always like that little bit of the bruise. It looks like it's cleared, but it's still a little bit tender. That's what's coming up now. That's what we're we're dealing with. They're just reminding me of that time, for those that remember when I said the story about connecting to the light beings and they just touch you. It's like touching on a bruise. It's a gentle touch, but it's sensitive, and then it just, you crying and tears or whatever, but it's not that they're touching to hurt you or inflict pain in any way. It's just to let you know there's still just that little bit of something that's not quite healed. This is the purging. This is why it's year number 8. It is the clearing of all of the cycles. So many of you have been through real tough times, and so that's a lot of the karmic debt has already been cleared. So you can say, yeah, I'm pushing in my flag at the summit, because for me to still be here, getting here and ready for the next chapter, the next journey, I have absolutely fucking done well. And when you look back at the extremes that you will have been through, you can also add to that that is karmic debt that you have cleared because you've been putting the work in, or that you've been ploughing through. Even if it's hit you off guard, whatever, you're still putting your flag in the summit here. So you need the recognition and reward that we see come up for that. So know that you are almost there where you're wanting or desperate or dying to be, in regards to many people that will be surrounding you that are still asleep, are avoiding putting any work in to their personal development, their spiritual growth and so on. And this, when we're talking about the spiritual growth, it's not just like opening the book, reading passages, it's absolutely applying it to your lifestyle. It's the commitment to your spiritual journey, and this is what it's all about. But experiences on the way. It's not got to be so militant. If that's what you want, then yeah, if it works for you. But it's about having that balance, isn't it? Which is why we've got the 4 of Wands is coming at the beginning. It's all kinds of everything that you've put together that brings balance and harmony. So if being completely constricted to a regime, regimen, or a way of being, it's there in the heart, but you're not able to sustain it, and then the not sustaining it makes you feel a particular way, then adjust it to what you need to. At least you are still moving forward, rather than sod it and not bothering at all. So it's not being hard on yourself. There's no complete rules, you're just following guidelines. It's ultimately what works for you. So know this with the emotions, and also remember as well that this is where that we are swapping over from things being so masculine, in the sense that it's the divine feminine energy, Queen of Cups energy, Empress energy, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. It's the divine feminine energy that's pushing forward. So if you're masculine, it's about finding that balance between your masculine and feminine side. They need to be able to blend for you to be Emperor, Empress energy in one, in regards to the archetypes that you're embodying. We've got here the Page of Pentacles, which is our flag at the bottom of the mountain. It is the seed, the idea. It is the signing on the dotted line that I am committing to moving forward to the next chapter. We've got the 2 of Cups, so that is your that is your connection to the divine, that is your page of pentacles, that is saying that your higher self, your lower self are now entwined as a two, working together for your higher purpose, your higher good. Don't forget, you've already been through loads of experiences, lessons, learning, this, that, purging, everything. So it will get easier from here. Life doesn't get easy, but you will be able to navigate your way through. So at the moment, it will appear that you're going against the grain, swimming against the current, or you're being bashed from the side with the winds. But you've got to know that that's not the case. It's just this tiny bridge bit that you're getting over, which is like if you were introducing a habit of any kind, that you've got that particular amount of time before it clicks in and it sets. That's just what you're doing. And yes, aware that I should have been able to pull on exactly what timeline that was, but I can't think. I don't want to throw myself off. We've got here the star, so it's here you've made that commitment with the divine, your higher self, your lower self entwined, and now it's like, let's go forward for our hopes, our wishes, our dreams. This is the manifesting stage. It's like, what do you want? What do you actually like? We already know that you've had that clearing, that readjustment, that transformation, transmuting of energy, all of that stuff, and now that you're feeling a little bit all over the place, which you will do. The Page of Pentacles is the planting a new seed, a new way of thinking, a new way of approaching things. It's all of that. So it's about, what do you like? So if you're changing something about yourself, your lifestyle, your job, your home, your whatever it may be, just a readjustment of some kind that you're having to throw everything of your commitment into, it's like, what do you like? What makes you happy? And until you're able to know the answers to that, daydreaming, visualizing in an ideal world, that is what you're sending out to the universe, because now is the time that you are fertile, in the sense masculine, feminine within the one. Don't forget, we're looking at the balance. This is why you're seeing, for those that watch readings, that you're seeing a lot of the Ace of Pentacles keeps doing the round, and you're seeing the Empress, because it's that feminine nurturing energy. So there will be things playing out with mother dynamics, whether you're male or female. There's going to be that mother element, because you're trying to rebalance, recorrect, reharmonize those past relationships, moving forward relationships. It's all about that. So there'll be elements of there which will be coming up for you to reflect and approach. Anything feminine, motherly links will have something contained within it. And the key thing is to match it with its harmonizing energy. So yeah, so just if you're really masculine and you're dealing feminine, then maybe there's a coming down a notch and operating from your feminine aspect in that sense, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So once you're able to start pinpointing, this what I like, this what what makes me happy, it's only like, doesn't need to be a massive exhaustive list. It's just you're putting the key points down, because you're going to start seeing it manifest really quickly, because this is the stage that the universe, your higher self, will absolutely bring forward whatever you need, in the sense of for you, your magician's bag, in order for you to manifest what you not want. This isn't people taking from you, using you for your resources. This is you, your resources are yours, and the others that are on this expedition, as we'll call it, they have their own magician's bag that they are replenished as well for their own needs. And so it's everything combined. It's not even the equal give and take of that. It is just pure energy exchange. It's moving to the higher consciousness, which is where we're at now. So it's like-minded people are gravitating together, and there's a whole different way of handling people that are orbiting your environment, and so close proximity, that are completely not on your page. So by that, what I'm saying is, yeah, maybe before, operating from a different perspective, there was the conflict that was met with that. This is different. It's not even a, oh, I don't give a shit kind of attitude. It is constant compassion. That is what's going to get you up to the top of the mountain. And then we've got here, world completion. So remember that you're not being thrown back into the depths of everything again. This is the subconscious is coming out, and it's pulling up from the depth all of this emotional healing that needs to be done. So there's going to be things linking with family, there's going to be childhood things, there's going to be inner child, there's going to be the reflections of what you see in others, which is why you're being called to remember as you're climbing up this hill, as we all move forward together, that it is seeing everything through the eyes of compassion. Because someone that you may have clashed with before, you're now stood in front of them, and what you're called to do by the divine, by the universe, by your higher self and lower selves integrated in, your shadow side and your masculine feminine side are all blended now into the one. So whenever you look upon anyone, it's not with judgment, it's a recognition of where are you within what you're seeing. So if you're seeing someone vulnerable, you are going to connect with that vulnerable side. But like the reading that I did earlier, I think it was, or one of the ones before, was showing that now you recognize the pathway out of that position that someone's in. It's all about teaching, helping and passing on. It's not that everyone's got a pile on your back and you've got to carry them up the hill. Remember that this is clearing karmic debt, regardless of how young or old or whatever anyone is. Everyone's on their own journey, their own experience, but we're all here for that support. That's why community will be a massive part, as well as next year it's going to be, because more of the like minds have come together. And then as we push forward into next year, that it's even more groups of people coming together, all walks of life. And this is obviously, as we're moving forward, the continuity of the unity. Hey, continuity of the unity. Yeah, and it's like the collective, but it's like friends, family, everyone coming in. And this is why with the big brain teachings before, everyone was in that distress of, oh, I'm going to be on a different page, what about my family and friends, and da 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 da. It doesn't matter. It's you've got to put your own oxygen mask on first for the altitude you're dealing with, to be able to show them how to navigate through the pathway themselves, type thing, with assistance of course. But they need to still be putting the work in. There's no getting past that. There's no getting past that. This is why you were having your flag at the bottom, to give yourself that recognition and reward, in the sense of, to be at this bit, you have done the work, or you've cleared a hell of a lot of something that's cracked open the head, let's say, and let the light pour out. You know the process, and that's everything. Yeah, it's just constant. It's that compassion will be your frequency. So we've got the world, completion, a lot of things wrapping up. What they're saying as well is, don't feel that, oh, I've not wrapped up anything and now I'm being thrown in it. Remember, these aren't, what's coming up for you now is not things that you're going to be pulled down to the depths of the ocean of like emotional turmoil for months, weeks and whatever on end. That's not that. This is stuff that's already been healed. You've done the hard work. This is just the last little bits that, when you were probably like 5 years old, and you will never even have remembered that memory, and now you're at whatever age, there's something else that's underlying that will start coming up. So it's not needing the whole, but it's the memory recall, the emotional intelligence of being able to track back. That is why that was that type thing. You know, it's just clearing those last little bits, but then they're not going to be all the time. Just remember that as well. These ones will come up every now and again when situations arise, which is why you're encouraged to keep pushing forward, having experiences, moving outside of your comfort zone, because when you're locked into situations that there's no more learning that can come from it, how the hell are you going to be able to heal these bits and ascend higher, further, and have more soul growth if what's being reflected back to you is masking that or not addressing that? So if you're out in a different location, or going somewhere, or learning to ride a Segway, don't ask me what that means or why it's being used as an example, but random, doing something random, and within that could, you would hope, something, you're going completely outside your comfort zone, or you're doing something random, or your guards out, you let guards down, you're learning something, you're feeling free, or whatever it is, there will be something that connects to it, and to be like an aha moment. You don't need to be broke down crying every time you touch on one of these. It may be a little bit sensitive to the touch, but this, you're past the point of being able to be broken right now, is what the flag signifies. So we've got here the Four of Swords. Four of Swords represents the healing process, and like I was saying, this is where you will have that downtime. So the more experiences that you engage in outside of your comfort zone, or that give you the experience, the opportunity to be able to address these, heal these bits, or whatever, that a lot of the memory recall, or the downloads as we call them, that will happen will be during sleep time. So remember, again, going back, that this energy that's pushing forward is really thick, it's really heavy. You could have bouts of feeling tired and wanting to rest, which is understandable. You're being told to allow that and go with it when you get that. But as a group, we continue to move forward. But the point where they're saying with this is because when you're dealing with emotions, it's going to drain you. When you're receiving downloads whilst you're sleeping, or in memory, in sleep state, it's going to, you're still working, processing a lot during that, because it's releasing and healing. Some of you may even, or may have already, wake up crying but not be able to remember what your dream was. It's because you're releasing there. You will have been working with your spirit team in the astral plane, and even loved ones, and showing that comes from that, or that is in our history bloodline. That's why you've got no recognition, no recollection of it, but it is a thing. That's why as well we're seeing generational cycle breakers and stuff like that. Also as well, it is the recognizing the and being in tune with your body and what it needs. If your body needs to rest, you need to rest. And what they're showing is, as you're moving up and ascending, as you're moving up through the higher consciousness and the you're just the awareness, everything as you're moving up, it's like the altitude is it's taking its toll. You need to acclimatize and adjust to it, which is exactly that. That's what the Four of Swords is representing. And then we've got here the Three of Pentacles. So by this stage it's knowing that collectively we are all helping each other. It's that Six of Pentacles, your Three of Pentacles, someone else's Three of Pentacles. It's not about finances, it's not about what someone can take or give or do or whatever. It's about the energy exchange, the sharing. This stage as well, as you go forward, you will be provided for with from the universe. So this is why they're saying put your hopes, dreams, wishes out there, and you're past the point of, oh, it's never going to be, or I'm wishing for that. You're being told, called, guided to just go with the flow. Literally, it's like overriding that thinking, which also was in that other reading, I'm sure, that it's saying that you can easily say what's not going to happen or what's the point or whatever, but in this section, this stage, if you are committing to climbing that mountain, then you can try it with the, well, what if it is? Because if you've made it to this far with all the shit that you've been through already up to this point, then your way of thinking, that's an easy belief or faith to have, that you absolutely can do whatever you want. So if you're in the stage of creating that change or transformation of like the personal self, or whatever it is that you're focused on, then why would you be going in with a defeated attitude and mentality? Your strongest ally is your belief that change is possible, and you are a testament to that for being here right now today. Yay. So recognition and reward, and then it's back to there again, isn't it, the balance. All right, so please like and subscribe if this is making sense to you. So this is giving me it's going to be hard work, but we're all going to be supporting each other. But this is the exciting bit. So if we're looking like coming past the current and whatever, once you start seeing change, then you'll know that this is you creating, and what you're asking for is being reflected back to you. And when you start seeing that enough to get past the, oh my god, it's really happening type of feeling, then you recognize the responsibility that you've got for others that are in your company and that you interact with, because to be able to create change or to make life better for others around you, that responsibility on a different level, the compassion that needs to be there, it is that selflessness. but remember that you can only be in that position when you've been through the being selfish. So you need to be selfish to be able to detach from everyone else's wants, needs, and all sorts, for you to then manifest or know. If you don't even know what you like, what you need, or what direction you're going, or what's going on, then how the hell can you lead anyone else or do whatever? It's the blind leading the blind at that point, or it's emperor, empress in reverse. There's no one leading no one, and it's just going round in a circle and everything's stuck. So don't be hard on yourself with the selfish bit, because it is part of the awakening journey. You've got to go through the selfish bit. Yeah, we know there's the bits of really being an arsehole, male or female, of being selfish and being stuck in that, but I'm talking about those that have got to this point. It comes back around again, and you're pushed into that because you're at the co-creation stage. You're writing out, mapping out a new blueprint, but you've got to, it's got to be tailored to you in order for it to automatically encompass and benefit everyone that's around you, because your mindset's different and you're seeing everything with through the eyes of compassion. So it doesn't matter if those around you know what's going on, notice a change, or even can see what you're doing. You're not looking for that, you're not asking for that, you're just going to crack on and get on and do it. All right. So we've got the Four of Wands and the Star. So hopes and wishes being brought into alignment and into balance, harmonizing. We've got here the Page of Pentacles, which we've got the Page of Pentacles there. So it is here, this is the subconscious, the thoughts, the thinking, the Page of Pentacles, the seed being planted, and then the commitment of the higher self, lower self, the divine in unison. And we've even got the Three of Pentacles, so you've got the Trinity there. For those that are into the Trinity, and change it to whatever your faith, belief, or whatever that it might be, but ultimately we're talking about the co-creation there. So we've got here the Page of Pentacles is actually into physical manifesting, in the sense of the Four of Wands and the alignment of the Star card, hopes and wishes. We've got here the Queen of Cups, King or Queen of Cups, the World, and the Ace of Cups. So it's letting you know that as you are going through this new chapter, this new cycle, that you are coming from a place of compassion with everything that you engage with, which is the King of Cups, Queen of Cups. It's dealing with those emotions, but knowing how to release them, how to transmute them, how to use them effectively, whether it's from the masculine or feminine side, regardless of whether you are masculine, feminine, or so. We've got the World there. Yeah, and I was conscious then of just it's masculine, feminine, but I still, yeah, I want to encompass everyone. I just need to be more mindful of how I'm saying it. I get that, but I'm working on it. But anyway, so we've got here the Ace of Cups. We've got the Ace of Cups is the love signature from the universe. This just dropped on the floor, so our Page of Pentacles and our Four of Wands is crossed with the Star. So already here in manifesting, you've got here the Star there, the Star there, and they are mirroring with the energies, in the sense that the Star is more of confirmation that, remember the seed that was planted that made you commit to your journey moving up. This is the physical that you'll get the universe reflecting back, and they're showing that could even be an ice pathway up the mountain. It's a little bit zigzaggy, but it doesn't matter because there's plenty to see along the way, and everyone's all going together. Some of you as well even having the connections, downloads from your star families for those that are connecting with them. And then we've got our Two of Cups and our Three of Pentacles, the love of the working together, the creating, always building. That's why you're being called the master builders at this time, especially 1111 there, for those that remember seeing that on their awakenings. And even look, we've got 2 1s there if we really wanted to make it fit. Oh look, but look, it looks like a love heart. Oh. But, yeah, so we've got the Three of Pentacles. It's about collaborating, working together. It's the teamwork. There's no way getting around it now, and it doesn't matter. All walks of life are going to be everyone jumbled in together, because you would rather be working in harmony with someone regardless of whatever, than someone that you're close to that is always working against you, type thing, you know. So that's what we're being moved into. A lot of circles coming back round again. It's just, don't forget, you're at the front stage of, that's why you're getting this message. And the others will just, they're on their own journey, they'll follow at the time that they need to. But time waits for no man. At the minute, it's like, even though they're saying there's no time in the spirit realm, no there's not, but it doesn't mean to say that we don't need to get our asses in gear and get on with it. So we've got here the Five of Cups. There are going to still be losses along the way, but like we're saying with the King and Queen of Cups, Five of Cups, it's seen in a different way. There is an understanding that any loss, it's seen for what it is. It's not taken as a direct personal hit and effect, or the depths of pain. There is a recognition and that compassion again, and that Ace of Cups is always the healing of that. You're not going to be skipping through life with no losses, but it's just processed in a different way. Like I'm saying, you will have already been through a lot to this point. And we've got here the Eight of Pentacles, just to give you a bit more depth with that one. So whatever you have felt that you've lost in the past, obviously loved ones can't come back, but they may touch your life in other ways that are specific for you guys, on an individual basis. But ultimately, it's whatever was a loss, it will come back to you, because you've got your own little resources pot that's going to be replenished, especially if you're operating on this type of frequency. Others of you will go on to do some kind of teachings, but ultimately you're going to be master builders, because that is what you're here for. You're paving the way. And yeah, and even if you're not operating from like creative expression, whether it's now or whether it's to come or whatever, you're still paving the way. So you are still master builders, because you are paving the way and allowing those that are working or operating on a creative expression, you're holding the space for them to be able to be their authentic self. You're reflecting back from your authentic self, and that's the collective that are all integrating in together, and it's operating on there. Yes, it probably has been like that at times in history, but it's just gone all a bit stupid, hasn't it? And we're trying to pave the way to getting it back to something that's a little bit more harmonized. But we've had to do a clear out of all of the crap, micro, macro, along the way. So, okay, let's just take some of these. I hope this is making sense. Thank you to those that are continuing to support my channel. I really appreciate it. Alright, so we've got ta-da! We've got here root chakra, which is our foundation. It is the root of everything we're doing. It's our determination. It is the seed. It is our survival. It is our protection of our family, friends, loved ones. It is having that determination that you know you're being guided, you believe in yourself and the divine, you're being guided by your higher self, the higher calling to pave the way and move forward. It is the stability, which is why before you were guided to constantly protect the mental health, because it's everything for this next bit, the endurance. We've got power, the power of love with the Ace of Cups, but the power within yourself, the recognition of who you are, the Emperor, Empress in the upright, being a leader, not abusing your position of power. It's transmuting that energy and healing the power of the past. It's letting go of what you or others think you did or didn't do right or wrong or whatever. Those times are gone now. We're moving forward, moving upwards, and that's why the reading was saying the recognition and reward, because nobody can take away from you how far you've come when you're at this point. We've got victory and success with our star card. It is that as well, blowing your own trumpet. And also it is that judgment card. It's the seed being planted, that you're taking a new direction, or you're doing something differently, or approaching it, or a mindset, or whatever it may represent for you within the Page of Pentacles. The completion of putting it into action, and then this star reflecting back your hopes, wishes and dreams. Everything that's coming back to you that you lost is even bigger than you could ever imagine. So we've got victory and success. If you can't enjoy the journey, then you're going to be coming from a place of Five of Cups. Everything's a loss rather than the experience, the lesson, and something to be grateful for, the experience in hindsight. So we've got here exactly that. We've got wisdom. So it's moving forward with that higher perspective. You can't have that wisdom without going through these processes. And the video that I did, I'm sure it's the one before, I can't be too sure, but it's just showing that wisdom, you can read as many books as you want, but it becomes wisdom when you're putting things into play. You're carrying it out, you're putting it into practice, is what I'm saying. So spiritual practice in that sense. It's spiritual awareness. It's a way of life. It's putting what you know, what your ancestors, what your loved ones, all of the bits that they've tried to give you, the shortcuts, cheat codes of whatever. You don't need to do that for that many years when this is what it comes out as the answer. And traditionally our families already know that. Yes, you take those elements, those seeds, those the traditions have got to stay. It's still that's the essence, but it also needs to be able to constrict and constrict, to expand, so that it can grow. It's got to evolve, and that's where we're at now for that. Little bits, I know that was touching on a few bits there. It's a generalized reading. Take what resonates, leaves the rest. But what I'm trying to say, isn't it, is that we're bringing what we've learned with us, but it's still got to have room to move, which is the mirroring exactly of the process that many of you will be going through right now, collective. It is that, but on an individual level. Yeah, third eye chakra was shuffling for a bit, but it's that wisdom, that awareness. It is then the third eye chakra is the awakening. It's viewing things from the higher perspective because you are in direct contact with the divine. Okay, so on that note, ta-da. So yeah, lots of, oh, we'll leave that one there then. Lots of little bits in there. So yeah, but even just, I'm feeling the energy feels like it's shifted to what it was before I sat down. Last 24 hours, you just can feel it hitting. It was just too thick. It's like can't get you focus or head around anything at the minute. So yeah, I'm glad that we was able to bring this one forward. All right, so we have King of Raphael. Warm, generous, honourable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Knight of Raphael. Romantic, dramatic, poetic, introspective. Committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet. Situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Page of Ariel. Reliable, clever, educated, balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. And then finally, this one jumped out, wanted to be there. So, Two of Michael. It will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing is a problem. Find a compromise. Yay. Okay, collective, so there you go. That is your little reading for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.